I didn't know until today. The Surgeon General's name is Vivek H. Murthy.
Girthy Murthy.
Girthy Murthy.
Yeah.
Really hope that you have a hog on you if your last name's Murthy.
Everyone's drawing him fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, he wrote an op-ed in the New York Times on Monday where he called for a Surgeon General's warning label to be attached to social media platforms.
Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 1484 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. This is the 6th anniversary of Hard Factor News. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. Join us for trivia on June 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Listener hosted. It's going to be fun. So,
we turned 6.
Yeah, today.
Oh, wow.
6 years old, guys.
I'm this many.
Incredible. Yeah. Moving on to elementary school.
Yeah.
Well, or maybe already in it, I guess. First grade. I don't know the grades.
I got held back in preschool, so I would probably still be in kindergarten.
Okay.
Couldn't get down for nap time.
Well, also, Mark, that was the smart move on the Borgies.
Yeah. Because then I was like older by a few months.
Right, because I didn't.
Instead of by far the youngest. Yeah.
And then I was by far the youngest. And then, you know, when you're like not excelling in school because your brain's a year behind everyone calls you a dummy. And
it was advantageous, but still very embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough for the summertime babies. I never thought of it.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like Malcolm Gladwell. I think he's a genius, but he did like a whole chapter in his book about what month you're born and how successful you'll be in school.
Who's Malcolm Gladwell?
He's an economist.
Oh, you can tell what month Wes was born.
Yeah.
Did you know who Malcolm Gladwell was?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, I've heard of Malcolm Gladwell.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Come on.
Will, did you hear? You know who Malcolm?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't read it. I didn't read his
consume
book.
So much Gladwell, it's crazy.
You're so dumb. You can't believe anyone hasn't heard of Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah.
He's a little nerdy Canadian dude. He's like a
pop. Oh yeah, Malcolm Gladwell, the economist.
Yeah. He did a great expose on guns recently. He's a clever guy. Yeah. But as I said, Wes, some people aren't fans of him. So
yeah, well,
it's the summer of Gladwell is what I've heard.
Noam Chomsky,
a little bit more of a serious economist, but both did great work. Yeah, big fan of both.
All right. Yeah, well, I mean, that's an interesting study. Other stuff we're talking about today. Let us know if you have any issues getting the pod. We've finished the move over to Megaphone, so everything should be smooth. Just let us know if you're having any trouble on any of the podcast apps. Stories today: deadly social media with Pat, mean signs with Wes, and then there's a bonus one later. Twins with Mark, maybe some crocodiles, and then I've got UFOs at the end. So,
oh man, I'm glad we're doing that twins one. That went creepy as hell.
Dude, it's so creepy.
It's creepy.
Unfortunately, it's not about the twin sequel with DeVito and Schwarzenegger, which may never happen.
Well, it's supposed to be Eddie Murphy. It's DeVito, Schwarzenegger, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
triplets.
Right.
I thought it was going to happen for sure.
Well, look, Eddie Murphy's. I mean, Eddie Murphy's ass is chapped because Bad Boys just did great at the theaters, and Lethal Weapon, Axel Foley, F or X or whatever is straight to Netflix.
What? And, his new Beverly Hills Cop is straight to Netflix?
Now, a lot of dough got paid. Like, look at the Sandler effect. Sandler was the highest paid actor of all actors the last 5 years because of his Netflix deal. So, you know, it's a larger audience. But if you're an old school actor, you want to go to theaters big time.
Oh, that's lame. I love the Beverly Hills series.
Bad Boys was very good.
Bad Boys was good.
Yeah.
I'm more apt to just go watch the Eddie Murphy now.
Yeah, well, you can just from the comfort of your own home. Wes,
wow.
What was spoilers? What was the part that made you uncomfortable with your son in the Bad Boys movie? I got to ask.
Do you really want me to tell you?
I kind of do.
Spoilers. Yeah, tell us. Spoilers.
Spoiler. It's not really spoil much. So there's a scene where Will Smith wants something from a woman, and she out of nowhere goes, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you what you want, but you gotta eat my pussy." and it was just out of nowhere. Like the whole movie was like kind of like normal R, and then out of nowhere, there's just like eat my pussy scene came along, and I'm sitting next to my son, and I'm like, and she starts like sticking out her tongue and shit. I was like, whoa, Jesus!
Did
like,
he eat that pussy?
Well, you're gonna have to watch to find out. If you know anything about Will Smith's character, then maybe that
Mike Lowry.
Yeah,
Mike Lowry. But Martin Lawrence is totally redeemed themselves from the last Bad Boys. It's really good.
Nice.
I love
It's
Martin
great.
Lawrence. Yeah. I think
you guys discuss that on the ride home, or
no? Didn't mention it.
Oh, of course not. Awkward silence. Never bringing it up again. Hey, Wes, as how you spent your Father's Day. Looks like my son's been listening to your Half a Pack with Wes podcast because he gave me the best dad hands down.
Nice
award.
With handprints.
That's awesome.
hands down.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
love that.
That's Wes is saying.
Yeah.
Well, he's been reading Wes's Yelp reviews.
My son gave me a hat that he painted, right? Like
Nice.
shit, but it's great.
Yeah.
But like, I was. He told me he blew the surprise about a week early and told me he was making me a hat, and then updated me every day that it was still a work in progress. And then I got it.
I mean, yeah.
And I was like, what are they doing over there at that daycare?
My
Spent
son
week
drew
on
a
this.
It's a lot of
picture.
effort.
Drew a picture of me. You want to see if it's a fat guy or not? There it is.
It looks
yeah.
like a.
It's got
Okay,
It looks like the devil from South Park.
Why is he eating pussy?
How much I love my
Another dog.
Chihuahua annoys the
Oh.
shit out of my son. So he drew me. That's the Chihuahua. That's Lucifer, and then he drew me, and I'm kind of fat.
You're just you're just a little curvy.
little curvy, I guess.
Chihuahua's humongous. So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess he's saying that your life is dominated by this Chihuahua.
Yes, he hates it. He hates how
I
much
should spend more time with him,
Yes, that's exactly it. It is.
less time with the Chihuahua.
I don't think
I give him both lots of love. Now it just annoys the shit out of him how much I love her.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple things that I didn't know until today. The Surgeon General's name is Vivek H. Murthy, Murthy. So there you have it. He's the Surgeon
Girthy
General.
Murthy.
Murthy.
Everybody knows
Girthy
Vivek.
Murthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really hope that you have a hog on you if your last name's
yeah.
Murthy.
Everyone's drawing him fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole reason I stayed thin most of my life until my adulthood. Because I didn't want to be called Fat Pat, but that's out the window now. Anyway, he wrote an op-ed in the New York Times on Monday where he called for a Surgeon General's warning label to be attached to social media platforms. So I think that's like an interesting way to kind of introduce the idea if you're the Surgeon General, like lay out, because some people go like, well, what? But lay out your concerns as the person that's supposed to be overseeing the general health of the nation, right? I thought that was kind of cool. And he's likening the potential warning label to that of cigarettes or alcohol, which, by the way, another thing I learned today, are currently the only two products with Surgeon General warning labels on them, which seems a little crazy. I thought there were more. I can think of a couple things that should have warning labels, like, I don't know, guns or fireworks, gender reveal parties, but it's just booze and smokes for right now.
Yeah. I feel like there is warnings all over fireworks and guns, but
not from the Surgeon General.
No, not from no.
Don't point this at your face.
Tide
Right.
Pod.
There's all kinds of those kind of things, but nobody reads the fine print on those.
No one reads the fine print, guys. Anyway, they released as part of the article 3 potential warning labels, and if you go to the I don't know which website I went to, but it was a government website, and you may have seen this on both booze and smokes. There's variations of the warning label, and there's 5 for smokes. I think 3 for booze. Like sometimes the booze one will be related to pregnancy. Sometimes it'll be related to like liver disease, right? As long as one of them is on there, you're good. So he released a bunch of them, and I converted them to audio format because we do an audio show. So here are some of the potential, and again, this is just his op-ed. He's putting this out there to test the waters about the dangers of social media. Here's the first one.
Surgeon General's warning. While using social media, you may be tempted to visit the profile of your neighbor's spouse or an ex-romantic partner. At first, this may seem just like innocent curiosity. But when you come across photos posted during warmer weather months where the profile owner might be wearing less clothing, liking these photos will be visible to all other in your social network who also follow this person.
Not on Twitter anymore.
The act of liking photos will notify the profile owner, and liking photos that are over 4 weeks old, especially if the user is wearing something revealing, will come off as creepy and is generally frowned upon socially. Surgeon General's warning.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
True.
Thoughts?
Agree.
Yeah, great advice. You don't. If the worst thing that could happen to you is getting caught liking something from like 6 months ago.
Right.
Wes potentially got unfollowed for this recently, as we found out on the Patreon show.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah,
that was years ago.
Yeah,
brutal. Yeah, brutal.
They could combine the drinking and the drinking Surgeon General's warning and the Surgeon General's warning for social media.
Usually happens.
Also, when you're hammered at 2 a.m., you tend to like some photos you shouldn't like.
Also, don't hand your phone
with
your social media to your buddy at 2 a.m. when you're hammered when they start looking you up. Because one time we were talking about a girl and my buddy grabbed my phone. He's like, "Let me look her up on your social media." And he instead of search, he posted her name. He tweeted her name. Like he's trying to
search. Were you able to get rid of that? Were you able to put that fire out?
Right? It was on his account, right?
It might have been his account, but it was very embarrassing.
Yeah, that's dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. He gave 3.
Surgeon General's warning. If you come across a post where a person is saying, or there is text somewhere on the post referring to, quote, this weird trick, they are trying to sell you something, and there is a good chance you will end up clicking a link that...
I mean, yeah, like a lot of people don't know that. And look, like online gambling can be dangerous if you have addictive personality. If you end up on an OnlyFans page, you never know what's going to happen, but can drain your bank account pretty quickly.
It's like playing the bonus game on those slots.
Exactly.
Got a new screen.
Right. And here's the third one.
Pretty addictive stuff on the internet these days.
I agree. And these are just proposals, right? Who knows? Like they're weirdly specific, but whatever. Okay, here's the third one.
Surgeon General's warning. Posts that make you outraged or, quote, triggered were designed specifically to outrage you. This is because outrage leads to engagement, and social media algorithms reward engagement in the form of financial incentives for the creator. This is especially true on Twitter. I mean X, Side note, this warning does not apply to posts made by your aunt or uncle on the Facebook platform. They are just idiots.
So, I mean, I think those are pretty good warnings, right?
Those are really good.
Wouldn't you guys agree?
Surgeon General Girthy Murthy knows social media.
Girthy Murthy knows it, but my only concern is that he's probably doing the warnings related to like the teen female suicides, right?
He is in fact
of like males in our
later in the op-ed he got more specific. Okay, he said it's time to require Surgeon General's warning label on both social media platforms. Stating that social media is associated with significant mental health harms for adolescents. A Surgeon General's warning label, which requires congressional action, bet you didn't know that, would regularly remind parents and adolescents that social media has not proved safe. Evidence from tobacco studies show that warning labels can increase awareness and change behavior. When asked if a warning from Surgeon General would prompt them to limit or monitor their children's social media use, 76% of people in one recent survey of Latino parents specifically said yes. So
they got mad respect for the Surgeon General. Right.
That's true. Teens who spent more than 3 hours a day on social media face a significantly higher risk of mental health problems, and 46% of adolescents said social media made them feel worse about their body. So teens are spending an average of 4.8 hours a day on social media platforms. Like
General Girthy says no.
General Girthy Murthy. So that's, hey, fucking why not? It's something I'm freaked out about with my kids when they get a phone.
Now do AI.
Yeah, AI is the next one. But I mean, social media is crazy. Like suicide in general is a huge problem right now. We've talked about like the stats of how it's skyrocketing. The Pentagon recently did a study that revealed that U.S. soldiers are almost 9 times more likely to die by suicide than enemy fire, 2014 to 2019. So it's like, it's a serious problem. And social media seems to be like it coming into being popular has been when suicides have been skyrocketing. And obviously that's an insane rate in the military.
I don't think there's going to be too many studies coming out saying that social media lessens suicides.
Right. No, it don't. So there's that. We'll keep you updated. Act of Congress required. But great work, Surgeon General, for pointing it out.
There you go. Thank you, Pat. It's summertime, right? Hashtag FatBoySummer. Wes just released another new banger this weekend of a shirt. Pretty good. Kids are graduated from school, right? School's out for summer. Shout out to my niece who graduated 6th grade and got 3 awards, including a faculty award. Wes, your son graduated a big grade recently, right?
Yep. Gonna be a freshman next year.
There you go. Big time. It's graduation season, and probably the weirdest graduation photo of the year came from Pollard Middle School in Needham, Massachusetts. Can you guys describe the picture?
Let's see. We got maybe 50, 60 kids tops.
In front of a mural there.
Can you see their faces? Is there anything, the people sitting next to each other, is there anything?
They're all dark haired. It looks like almost all of them are dark haired except for that one redhead.
They all look pretty similar.
That's 23 sets of freaks. I mean, twins.
Okay, there it is. That's why.
That's just the twins, huh?
That's just the graduating twins. The Pollard Middle School graduating class this year had 23 sets of twins. Well, actually 24, because one set of twins had one kid go to Pollard and one kid go to a different school, to a less insane school. Which you'd have to assume had considerably less twins walking around the halls. What the fuck is this, Matrix Mid?
Well, what town is this?
Needham, Massachusetts.
Good thinking, Wes. What kind of factories are right next to this school? Because that's got to be something.
IVF factories,
fertile factories. Yeah,
you better pay attention. They're politicians, because that's what that is. 24
sets of twins. There's apparently only 400 to 500 kids in the entire school of 2 grades. So they're saying that the graduating class is 10% twins. The average is well below 3% worldwide. Births are like 1 in 42 that have twins. So what the hell are they eating and drinking in Needham, Massachusetts? More specifically, what the fuck was going on in around 2009 in Needham, Massachusetts?
Hormones being injected. Yeah, what it is it's the factories that make your sperm weak, Willie, and then you got to go to IVF, and that increases the chance of having twins. The bigger story is
pendulum swings.
What happened to the 2 twins where one went to a different school and one went to the other school?
Well,
one of those kids is real bad.
No, the one kid was probably like, I don't want to walk around in a set of a hallway with all these twins. That's very weird.
It's
freak, Mom.
Yep. No, it's freakish.
Yeah.
That many sets of twins. It's unsettling no matter who you are. I feel like for me, it just makes me a little bit uncomfortable that exists.
Where's this?
You have a class with one twin, then the next class is with the other twin. No thanks.
It's creepy. That's got
one set of twins is unsettling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, one set of twins is one set too many, probably.
Right.
And you call them twins.
Think if the whole world was 10% twins, it would be confusing as fuck. You couldn't do it. Like it would just. It's a scary idea. You'd never be able to remember or get anybody's name right. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Small, because there's limited resources in the womb, so that they're usually like little guys and gals, like small bones.
Yeah, it's usually not huge twins. It's got to be tough, as you guys are pointing out, on the faculty and staff at Pollard Middle School. Half the kids could be someone else. How many pranks were going on with the twin switching classes?
Well, I hope they have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-twin. I'm just scared by the prospect of 10% twins.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Obviously, some of the sets of twins were fraternal or not really twins, as they're probably referred to at Pollard Middle School.
Womb mates.
Yeah,
called womb mates.
Yeah, if they're a minority of the twin population, they're definitely getting just jeered to death.
Oh yeah. It's like a half conch from Key West. Seriously, I guess it's a cute and fun story, but they need to do some research on what the hell was going on with the city water, the drugs being pushed by local doctors, the group chats that these parents were on right before getting pregnant, the whole 9.
You said what year? 2000.
Well, I just did the reverse math. If they graduated middle school, I think we were 15 or 16 as freshmen in high school. So subtract like 15 years from today's date. So 2009 is.
Were all those like K plus 8 shows big back then? That was
the fucking biggest. Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what it was. The IVF craze, like you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Everybody in this town got it.
Also, this cycle will never end because according to Google, twins are more likely themselves to one day give birth to twins. At least fraternal twins are, probably the same for identical or real twins as well. And I did actually confirm it. So now Needham, Massachusetts is a twin town. Fraternal and real twins do give birth to twins at a higher rate. And some fun facts about twins. About 40% of those freaks make up their own language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it twin talk.
Okay.
You have to. How else are you going to do the pranks, Mark?
You could also just do English.
Yeah.
True, but you need or pig Latin. But you need. I mean, you can have. You're so intimate with the twin. It's
like
like
you shared a womb.
Yeah.
I mean, you know them inside and out. You can come up with a sweet language. That
twin talk to me is even creepier than like an imaginary friend. It's they're close, but
that's useful though. You can see the utility. Yeah.
Okay. Twins are more likely to be left-handed.
Okay. How do you feel about that, Will?
Whatever.
Yeah. You and the twins.
I mean, we're a minority as it is, so the more the merrier.
Lefties, yeah.
Bring it over to the left, to the other side of the table where everybody's on. Can't eat with the righties.
Twins are double minorities. They're twins and they're left-handed. And there's already a Needham mass freakish town in Brazil. The small South American town of Candido Godoy near the Argentina border has had 8% of all births over the last 60 years as twins. The rest of Brazil is under 1% twin births, well below the global average. So as a whole, Brazil doesn't have many twins except this one town that's all twins.
Right. So all these towns are inbreeding, basically. I mean, that's like a small town where no one leaves and everyone marries each other and fucks each other.
You think that's what it is?
You think it's inbreeding?
I mean, the DNA is closer than other towns, probably.
There's a twins gene, which is why it's more likely to have twins. So I mean, there's some genetics. I don't know if it's inbreeding, but there's definitely some genetics
marry each other,
involved.
Yeah, a lot of bad takes for why the twins exist.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they exist.
Unless there's a sperm donor in the town.
If we had good takes, we could all avoid this situation.
I'm not going to pretend to be a scientist, but I can guarantee you'd be more confused with 10% twins in the world.
If we knew what was going on, we could eradicate this problem.
Agreed.
I bet all their parents are high school sweethearts. And they all have twins, and that's just.
Oh well, yeah. Not only that, they're like at the dances. Are like who's going on?
The town's just a big orgy.
It's the position that you do it in.
Yeah, twin style.
It's got the biggest effect.
Yeah. What you do is you no, I don't even know. I was gonna make a rope shooting joke about shooting twice.
Okay.
Shoot them two ropes.
Twice is nice. A lot of double trouble jokes with twins.
If she swallows and you come inside her, then you get twins.
Some guy started that rumor, and that's how the town began.
Yeah. You spin her upside down, and you come inside her, you get twins.
Yeah.
It goes from a 2% chance to a 12% chance if you use IVF.
Yeah, that's IVF. It's got to be. But
yeah, I think
why are these guys shooting blanks so these girls aren't able to have babies?
Because
the
factories,
doctor in that town was just handing out.
Right? Yeah, it's everybody went to the same doctor, and this guy just gave it out like candy.
The twin doctor. That's what they call him.
Yeah. Producer Eric says 10% of the population of the world is 780 million people. It's a lot of twins.
That would be
a lot of
780 million twins. That'd be rough.
It's 2 America's worth of twins, pretty much.
And it would be rough on them too. I mean, like, how often do you get confused?
America's just twins.
Takes you like an hour to get over it when you're introduced to twins. It's like
I know.
It's like a full hour. Of
how could you get anything done?
It's upsetting.
10% of people were twins.
You wouldn't ever want to be around your twin, and then you get confused for them. It's just a bad. 10% is too many.
Yeah, then you end up spending a lot of time trying to turn them against each other. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing.
See if you can drive that wedge.
I don't like it.
No, they got the twin talk. You're not driving that wedge.
That's true. They can feel each other's thoughts, and
I don't know, Gary. He's always copying you. Everything you do.
Did you hear what he said about you?
Yeah. He is better looking than you.
I mean, you could get you could probably drive a wedge pretty quick.
Yeah. He's always dating.
It takes longer than you think, Will.
Yeah.
Tempers might run deep. I mean, they're twins after all, carrying everything.
All right. Guys, every once in a while you go into like someone's business or home, and in the bathroom will be a funny sign. I think we all remember the one in our friend's basement. His mom hung up because she was tired of drunk dudes pissing everywhere. It said, "If you sprinkle when you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat." Remember that in Z's basement?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it well because
I was too busy pissing all over the seat to look up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was seeing I saw that in Double a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of drunk people peeing into that toilet and ignoring the sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Other times I go into a bar and signs get a little more adult. Like, here's some examples. Toilet rules. If you lift it up, put it down. If it runs out, replace it. If you miss it, wipe it. If it smells, spray it. Ladies, please remain seated for the whole performance.
Okay.
Gentlemen, stand closer. It's shorter than you think. Okay.
Right.
You know.
Hey,
Or
yo.
in Mexico, please put all dirty toilet paper in trash.
Yeah.
Basura.
After you wipe your ass, throw it in the trash can.
You know that
Receiving
sign.
on the floor.
Here's another one. This is where all your beer money goes, and it's just a guy peeing dollar signs into the toilet.
Oh, that's a fun one.
One more. Do not flush. Paper towels, sanitary products, tissues and wipes, kittens and puppies, hopes and dreams. Thank you. Okay.
That's a good one. Very funny.
One last one. Players with short bats, please stand closer to the plate. Okay. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Those are
Cooperstown bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
classics.
I'm surprised that people didn't start writing in their buddies' names on that one.
Brian, comma.
Yeah.
Other times you go into places and it doesn't have anything to do with bathroom etiquette. They're like life lessons to live by, right? Something to make you think, something that makes you go, oh, I'm really glad I took a piss in that bathroom because I didn't even think about that. And it's signs like this that are causing quite a stir at a local business in Brisbane, Australia. Check it out. Okay. This sign, it says how to please a woman, and then it lists love her, die for her, take her to dinner, miss the game for her, buy her jewelry, be interested in what she has to say. That's how you please a woman. And then underneath that, it says how to please a man. And there's only two things. It says show up naked, bring beer, right?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. They got that right.
Nailed us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most of that's pretty true.
Wrote that the Surgeon General. That was spot on.
Yeah, pretty spot on, right? So normally this kind of sign wouldn't be a problem, except that this sign was hung in the boys' bathroom of Tiddlywinks Dance and Play Center, where little boys go to play and take piss breaks. And apparently, Tiddlywinks. Yes.
Wait a minute. Is this a predominantly kid place?
It is. It's a predominantly kid place. Yeah.
Odor of Tiddlywinks. That's not like on Saturdays. It's Kids Day. This is just an all the time kids place.
It's been hanging up for 15 years. All the days in the boys' bathroom at Tiddlywinks. What?
Got to teach them young.
Yeah. So, so what are your initial thoughts? Knowing that this is literally a kids like play center, dance theater, and the ages are like 4 to 12 here.
Yeah, how did it make it 15 years?
I think the FBI should be informed of the sign.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
no, I mean,
it means the guy that owns Tiddlywinks doesn't get it, and you gotta get it if you own Tiddlywinks. You know what I mean?
It's not good.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's been
thought it was
hanging
a funny
there.
joke,
Well, that's what he said. Will. Apparently it's been hanging in Tiddlywinks for 15 years, and apparently the right guy who was attending his niece's birthday party at Tiddlywinks was appalled by the sexist messaging on the sign promoted, girls how to please a man, just show up naked, bring beer. So the offended man took a picture of the sign, immediately complained to staff, shared the photo with other parents at the party, wrote an email, and that's how
the email said, "Dear for who's concerned, while extremely accurate, the sign is not age appropriate."
Exactly.
Over the line for the 5-year-old.
Right.
It is one of the world's most time-tested truths.
Yeah.
But there's a time and a place.
I will not deny the accuracy of what's written on this sign. I just don't want my kids to see it.
Right. Yeah. So the owner eventually got back after this thing blew up on social media where it was posted, Reddit or whatever, and responded this way. I appreciate your feedback. And to be honest, it's been there for 15 years. Nobody's ever mentioned it. The kid may be able to read it. However,
able to read it. They're so young, they might not be able to read it.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's why they have the graphics.
And he said they would have no concept of the meaning. Say this as we don't want to offend anyone. I will remove the sign. I'm aware the sign considered gone. We opened at night for adults.
See, there you go.
And it's just a bit of fun. But they didn't take it down.
Right.
They left it up. It's predominantly a kid's place.
It was meant for the
sure.
adults, and they didn't give a shit about the kids. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the right.
Tiddlywinks. It's like your uncle's house.
Yeah.
Tiddlywinks. So
Tiddlywinks.
yeah.
I hope it's Tiddlywinks with adult branding at night.
Yeah, all the kids are gone.
Tiddlywinks tonight.
Now the name works both ways if you think about it.
Yeah.
In the morning, it's fun and fancy free, but at night,
Now it's Tittywanks.
All naked and bringing beer. So no more fun sign at Tiddlywinks thanks to this viral post that went. This guy got offended by. I didn't have a problem with the sign. I thought it was very accurate.
I had a funny sign recently at a way too old an age in my guest bathroom that said, "Please don't use cocaine in the bathroom." It's like a joke sign.
Oh yeah.
And when Wes brought his son over, I ran that by him. And I took it down beforehand because unlike the owner of Tiddlywinks, I was like, I don't really want your son to read cocaine
right
on the sign.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a fair thing when the boy's coming over.
Yeah,
right. Instead, this fine print of that sentence said, "Please do it on the coffee table where I can partake."
Right.
That's what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it means,
Because did you bring enough cocaine for everyone? Question mark is what it said.
Bring it out to the main room, buddy.
Anyway. That's that one. I had another one about a crocodile who got caught because he was eating cats or dogs in this community in Australia. And anyway, they caught him and they cooked him. That's about the gist of the story.
Delicious.
Happy ending.
There he is. Yeah, he's a 12-foot crocodile was eating all the pets and lunging at little children. So they caught him and they gave him to the Aborigines. Well, you guys know how to cook a mean crocodile.
Big
and they
tail.
had him for dinner.
Yeah,
They were going to cook it or marry it.
Yeah,
yeah. You better hope it's not the most delicious croc they ever ate, because then more pets are going to go missing.
Right. They're trying to beef them up.
What's the X factor here?
Farming. It's a farming expedition for the Aboriginals.
That's right.
I hope they enjoyed it. Crocodile seems like it would be tasty.
Well, gators tasty.
Yeah, so crocodile can't be much different.
Yeah, it's probably tough.
Little like rubbery.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you don't overcook it, but then you have to cook it all the way because it is at the end of the day a amphibious lizard. So
good point.
It's gonna have worms and stuff. All right, a little bit more of a catch up here, and a lot's happened since we last talked. Wes, we're gonna keep it on signs for a second. Los Angeles removed homophobic U-turn signs. Check it out.
Okay, it's just a no U-turn sign. But when you learn the history of it and you realize that these were used to profile gay people, it's so important that we have these removed.
What?
So I heard about this.
Homophobic U-turn signs.
I heard U-turn and some other term for U-turn that's not as
cruising. No cruising.
Right, no cruising. So I understand maybe like the no cruising signs, but are people just going to make illegal U-turns, or were these signs put up in non-U-turn even areas just to make fun of?
Hey, fellas, is making a U-turn gay? Turns out, yes, as ruled by the courts, because they made them take down the no U-turn sign. No, it's because they put the no U-turn sign by a gay bar.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was going to say, otherwise people are going to get in like accidents now.
But also, yes, legally gay to make a U-turn now.
Wait, they're by the gay bar because they didn't want dudes to.
They're saying they
didn't want dudes
using it as
on
an
the
excuse
fence
to pull over gay dudes. Yeah,
the guys who were like not sure if they were gay to drive by, and then they didn't
turn
want
around
to make the split
you keep
decision
driving,
that they
buddy.
are gay,
right?
And then flip back.
It's either that gay men make way more U-turns.
It's enticing to guys that are on the fence. Okay,
right?
Hey, if you want to be gay, turn around.
No, I know, officer. I know it said no U-turn, but it's okay. I'm not gay.
I saw the bar. No, literally, that's what that guy was talking about. Like, that's why they would U-turn, because.
Would you look at that? They are partying outside of Tiddlywinks. Yeah. Maybe I should.
Exactly. It was.
These guys were whipping it around.
Yeah.
So that's I was very confused by that, but you cleared it up. So these are no U-turn.
No cruising makes a lot more sense.
Not actually in a U-turn area. They're taunting gay people with them.
Yes. They say that the U-turn sign was homophobic and targeting gay people, which in a way, yes, but it's just hilarious the way it's worded, right? Because it's like
funny.
Yeah.
I love how no cruising though is the best they could come up with for like no sucking dudes' dicks publicly.
Right. Well, I think it's like a kind of a streetwalker thing, it's like put it in areas like that, and they're putting it around gay bars, so they said they're being profiled. So The U-turns and the no cruisins.
No
I'll never
turn
look
on
at a
right.
U-turn
That
again.
is a gay sign. We know what
Ruined
they're
U-turn
doing.
sign.
Oh, it was midnight to 6 a.m. There was a time
Too outside the bar. There you go. So it was all about targeting that one bar.
But you might still need that U-turn sign there.
Right. I mean, it still could be a very dangerous U-turn.
We need to know if it was at a turning section or not.
Yeah. Especially with dudes that are on the fence. I mean, you could get, if you find out you're gay in that moment right there, you're going to be U-turning so fast with reckless abandon, crossing double lines.
Flow. Yeah, in the way. Yeah.
Slippery when wet. That is a gay sign. That's a gay sign. We know what that means.
Yeah. Orcas, guys, were spotted just south of Destin, Florida. Two of my absolute favorite things all at the same time. It's just a good omen for this fat boy summer, I feel like, because it's great seeing orcas there that deep in the Gulf of Mexico. Pretty awesome.
Just doing their thing. No U-turning out there.
No. The Canadian.
We got to give it to this live comment, though.
What's that?
From Chris Slates. What are they going to do about roundabouts? Whoa.
I mean, they have to let him fly.
Those things are like human centipedes.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Just chasing tail.
Canadian Cancer Society has apologized for using the term cervix. They will now refer to it as a front hole to be more inclusive.
Welcome to our teenage years, you dipshits.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they call them front holes.
Front holes?
Yeah.
Front hole is the new inclusive term for the trans community over cervix, and the Canadian Cancer Society has apologized for not using front hole their entire
front hole cancer, not cervical
existence.
cancer.
So-
Let me get that front hole.
Come on, dude. Come on. Don't be telling some woman she's got front hole cancer.
Yeah.
It's upset the ladies, Pat. You wouldn't
Don't be
believe it.
doing that, dude. It's
Can
the
you,
most
hear that? Can you hear the new bad boy? She said, "You better eat this front hole."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get so deep in there, I'm gonna hit that front hole. It's gonna be like a jousting match. No, but for real, it's the most common. It's the most common cancer in women, I think, is cervical cancer.
Well, you're a bigot, Pat.
Pat, it's front hole cancer.
Men that have vaginoplasty can,
Please.
at a very low rate, can get cervical cancer from their penis.
Breast cancer. I'm sorry, it's the most common.
From their penis stuff that they got the front hole from. So now it's called front hole.
Respect the front hole.
Yeah.
And as we covered last week, Harvard, most importantly, Harvard thinks that aliens may be living among us. So now it's time to dive into all the possibilities of what it could be. Like this one from an unnamed, potentially current DOD contractor. He allegedly told the Daily Mail that he saw a football field length UFO that looked like a glowing blue barbell over southwestern Ontario, Canada, while out on a bear hunting trip. Apparently 3 witnesses saw it for a total of 7 minutes as it flew over the trees. And they claim that their phones wouldn't operate well, so they couldn't get a good video of it.
Well, obviously, they're not going to let you take pictures.
Sure.
They got a white noise, like pulsing loop in a staticky video every second that they say matched up with like the strobing brightness that was coming off of the ship.
And a tingling sensation in their front holes.
We was just out here bear hunting, and a UFO came around.
Yeah. All we got is this crazy video.
Is it possible their phones just don't work out in the wilderness?
Yeah. Or they just hammered and didn't see anything.
No, they said that
Ma'am, I regret to inform you have cancer. Oh no, doc. What kind? Front hole cancer.
Front hole.
it was probably from that plasma radiation you got at that UFO sighting, because that's what they think it is. They think it's plasma radiation, and that's what propels the ships in any direction as fast as they want to go, because it's coated with plasma. Now, they've given the front hole staticky video to 2 UFO researchers who think it's legit, the strobing pulsating thing from the UFO's front hole, but they haven't shared.
You say pulsating front hole?
Yes, Wes.
Usually that's what happened on the back hole.
It's glowing. No, it happens on both holes on this ship, as you can see. 2, one at the fore, one at the rear, and they say the whole thing was pulsating with a glow pulse effect, and they think it's coated in plasma. They have no idea how you could power something that much with what we have.
You say
on
coated pulsing front hole?
Plasma coated pulsing front hole and back hole, Wes. The whole thing.
You got a little yeast in the front hole.
Front hole's coated. Did you know that?
Also in space, scientists still have no clue.
The fuck did you say to me?
Yeah.
Said you have front hole cancer, ma'am.
You heard me. It's very common.
Also in space, scientists still have no clue at all what FRBs are, and the Chinese Dark Side of the Moon rover turns out is pretty legitimate, as the ESA, European Space Agency, says, we have collected an amount and quality of data far beyond expectations from attaching their ion detector to Chang'e 6 rover. So China is just dominating moon science. I thought it could be fake with the whole.
Biggest takeaway is I'm going to call every woman a front hole from now on for the rest of my life.
Yep. Yeah. That's probably the biggest news out of that whole catch up right there. Yeah. Well, if you need more news, go to patreon.com/hardfacts. It's really not news there. We're going to be talking sports in Let's Go, that podcast this week. We're going to be talking all kinds of stuff.
One front hole set a world record at the Olympic trials. We'll talk about her.
I talk about front holes mostly during the Hive hour, which is just really a creative space.
Man, the methodology here is we gotta pinch a part of your front hole off, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, you tell me, because it's in your front.
Did you say the backhoe has cancer?
Yeah.
Front holes. Probably likely candidate for the Hive hour. Then we'll have Florida Man Friday, of course, every week. Patreon.com/hardfact if you want access to those. Most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking day.